I'm Morgan.
And I'm Addison.
And we're the co-vice presidents of the National Honor Society, and we're here interviewing two lovely ladies from the Hometown Heroes Project.
I'm Rosalind Pugh.
I'm Heather Ream.
And we're from the Hometown Hero Project.
So how was this idea for Hometown Heroes formed?
So this idea came from my son enlisted 6 years ago, and driving through other towns and seeing, the banners that they had. It was something that was very near and dear to my heart that I always wanted to do, but knew I didn't have the bandwidth to do it on my own. I needed a group of people to do it. The Somerset County Leadership Program that my employer put me in and our employers put us in brought us together as a group, and when I presented it to them, they all jumped on, thought it was a great idea, and because everybody in our group has somebody that they love that was in the military. So it's been through the Chamber Leadership Program, we all came together to get this started.
Who all is on the committee?
So there's actually 5 of us. We have Roz Pugh, that she's with Uptown Works. I myself am Heather Ream again with Somerset Trust. We have David Krause, who's the junior warden at the Somerset Jail, Karen Akey, who works at CVS Health, and Zach Weigel, who is an inside sales rep with J&J Truck Body.
How would someone purchase a banner, and what would they need to do in order to purchase one of these banners?
It's a great question. So our process has changed a little bit this year. All of our banner qualifications are on our website, somersetHometownHeroProject.com. So you go on our website, you can download the application, and all of the directions are there. We do require them to have documentation, whether it's a DD-214 or some kind of military documentation. What that allows us to do is to verify dates. You would be surprised at how many people don't know when Grandpa was enlisted. We have had to change banners, because it came out that dates were wrong. So we like to make sure of all of our information, so we do require some kind of documentation. We do ask for a photo of the hero in uniform, if possible. There are a few that we have not been able to obtain in uniform, so we will take any photo if absolutely necessary, but we do try real hard to get a photo in uniform. But all of that information is located on our website, and then you just mail a check to us. Our mailing address is on there. You can also go online and purchase, but that has credit card fees with it. So we do encourage everybody to just do it in the mail, and to follow those directions on the website.
How many banners have been purchased so far?
So we were able to display 128 last year. So we also have new orders coming in almost every day, and I think there's probably right around 27 new ones that'll be in addition to it this year, as of now.
Mm-hmm.
Sales are still open till May, till we shut them down.
February 1st.
February.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Till February, then we can actually gather everything, get it together, figure out where everybody's going to go, and just kind of give ourselves a little breathing time to collaborate everything, and then we'll open sales back up again that fall.
So how has community feedback been overall?
It has been fantastic. We have had a great response from our community. People just walking up to us and saying they love the project, they love what it, has brought to our town. So we're very thankful for the community support from other people. We have people that have made donations, just in general sharing our Facebook posts, things like that has been huge for us. So we're very thankful for our community support.
Are there other towns in the county that have been here or that have hero banners?
So yeah, if you drive around, you'll see them in Rockwood, Stoystown, Berlin, Boswell, Shanksville. I think that's about all that's really close to us right now. But we just think it's really awesome that we kind of started this, and there was other communities that jumped on board. Now we're not affiliate with them. We only service the area of the Somerset Area School District. But yeah, it seems like everyone really enjoys it and are running with it, which is awesome to see.
Mm-hmm.
As the bios on each soldiers are submitted, have there been some stories that have stood out or surprised either one of you? And if there are, would you share a few with us?
Yes. The stories are endless. The bios are just amazing, and they're breathtaking. They're heart-wrenching. Like, it's just, they're crazy. It's very, very neat to be able to learn about them. I will share one personal story with you. This is actually about my third great-grandfather that I never knew, but his name is Tobias Yoder, so I'll share that with you now. So through the research, I've come across, it appears to be his obituary. It was written by the Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War from Mount Union Church, Camp Number 502. So Tobias Yoder was born September 26, 1831, and he passed March 24, 1897, at 65 years of age due to pneumonia while visiting his son Grant in Waterloo, Iowa. He was survived by his wife and 11 children. He was one of 4 brothers, whom all enlisted in the Union Army at the start of the Civil War. Tobias and Moses survived, John was mortally wounded, and Henry died of disease while in the service. His parents owned a timber farm with over 200 acres, which was the building block of Tobias' strength that he was known for. Before his enlistment, he was a champion wrestler of Somerset County. After his service, he survived accidents that would have killed an ordinary man. 2 known accidents were the event of him being run over by a handcar on the S&C Railroad and suffered 4 or 5 broken ribs. The other being involved in an underground mine collapse. It is reported that the collapse killed the dog lying beside him, and I quote, required Herculean efforts on his part to remove the slate and earth under which he was embedded. The article also tells the story of Tobias's deployment. While marching at New Market Crossroads in front of Richmond, at 31 years old, he was shot with 7 bullets in less time than a man could count 5, to use his own language. This did not take him down, but he did begin to fall to the rear. 2 balls passed through his lungs, one crushing the left shoulder blade and causing blood to spurt from his mouth. 2 struck him in the side, one lodging under his hip bone and the other close to his spine near his kidneys. These 2 balls passed through a rubber blanket which he carried in a roll diagonally across his waist, which checked the force, otherwise they would have gone clear through his body and caused a speedy death. The other 3 bullets made bad wounds. He was left in the care of the Confederates, who cared for their own first men and only provided small amounts of water for drink and corn pone to eat when asked. On the 3rd day of lying in an open field, he was picked up by a wagon and taken to Libby Prison, where he was again refused any medical attention. Tobias's wounds continued to ooze, and with the fear of maggots getting into his wounds, he managed to secure some tobacco leaves to plug up the holes in his body. Once his theft was found, he was placed in solitary confinement in Belle Isle for 16 days. This would have been longer, but he convinced the court that he grew the tobacco. So Tobias was incarcerated for a total of 40 days and dropped from 180 pounds to 116. He was exchanged and sent to Chester Hospital near Philadelphia. It was here that, I quote, where 2 surgeons pronounced his case hopeless and told him that he could not live 48 hours. He did not die, however, and his case was considered so remarkable that the Surgeon-in-Chief of the armies at Washington was made acquainted with some of the facts. End quote. January 1863, Tobias returned to his home in Somerset. He stayed here until March, where he heard that his regiment was in Washington recruiting, and upon arrival, he was refused to rejoin his regiment. However, Tobias did not take no for an answer and went with his company anyway. He fought at Gettysburg, and upon his expiration of enlistment, he was told again that his prior wounds would keep him from entering the army again, but Tobias did not give up. His pleas to remain with his regiment worked. They allowed him to stay in the army until the end of the war. He was present at Lee's surrender at Appomattox. At the time of his death, it was noted that he never lost a tooth, and every tooth was as sound as a dollar, and his remarkable feature of feeling no pain leaves one in pure amazement. He attempted to have the bullet that was lodged near his kidney removed, as this once gave him trouble, but the doctors informed him that the surgery would be too dangerous. So he carried his 1862 memento, plus another one close by, with him for the rest of his days. He and his wife were buried in Husband Cemetery.
Wow. The new project of banners for soldiers who have been killed in action, were prisoners of war, or were missing in action. Is that process any different, and how many have been applied for?
It is a little bit different. We are excited to expand on that project this year. We've had 3 that were applied for so far. You will see 2 of them hung last year, or just this past year, and then 1 new one that was applied for since then. We have not had a ton of applications for those, but we have found enough people to fill the diamond. That was 24 banners, I believe.
Yes, 24 total.
So we'll have 24 total. Thanks to a gentleman named Duffy Floyd, we put out a call on Facebook that said we didn't have the time to do the research that was required to find these people. So Duffy has stepped up and has been spending his days and many, many hours finding people that were in the Somerset School District that have been either killed in action, missing in action, or a prisoner of war. So we do have enough to fill the diamond, but if people know of someone that they would like to nominate, we will take those over the ones that we found. So, but those spots will be filled this year. So you will see the diamond in Somerset full of at least 24 banners. They are a smaller banner, but they are lower so that they're easy to see.
Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come talk to us about the Hometown Hero Project. We appreciate the important work that you and the committee are doing to show our heroes some gratitude for their service to our country.
Thank you guys. We appreciate
Thank
you.
you.